Hi guys, it's Emmanuel Kwan here. Many of you know me as Speedy. So, are you a graphic designer and have you been struggling to make killer posters for your programs, for your events? I really recommend you watch this video, so stick around. So guys, I want to really officially welcome you guys to my channel. This is my first YouTube video, so please hit the notification button for more videos that will be coming up. Like, subscribe, and I'm happy to have you here. So the first thing I really recommend for any graphic designer starting out trying to make some great posters is mood boarding. So basically, I classify this as going on Pinterest and searching for designs that really appeal to what you're trying to create. So for this video, we're going to be creating something around sports. I was really considering a sports poster, right? So if you join me, let's hop onto Pinterest.
Alright, so guys, this is Pinterest. I come here a lot to just surf on a couple of things, designs I'm interested in before I start working. So right now I just typed in sport graphics and I'm just scrolling through trying to see things that really appeal to me. And what I do is I try to just save the images. So I'll just right click and save image and then create a folder on my laptop where I just pour in those designs. And what you're doing in this process is you're subconsciously training your mind to um, try to create something that you really like that and is appealing to exactly what we're working towards. So I'm just going to save a couple more designs. So you can equally do this. So whatever poster you want to create, be it for a birthday party, for a makeup studio, for even a sports client, athletics client, anything that just appeals to you, just search for it on Pinterest and go ahead and just save it on your laptop or your Mac. Alright, so when you're done saving all your great posters, just put them all up on a neat artboard on Photoshop. And basically, what you should be trying to do here is analyzing the common things you can see, the things that really catch your attention. For me, it's really the stripes. I love how the stripes just appear behind the players and the shadows they're using, and also the typography. It's all looking bold, like looking at the one at Pogba here, and also the slanted stripes. I also really love this one of Salah, like the stripe just behind him while he's running. Then Ronaldo, another play with stripes. I really found that common in most posters that they use. You can also see that here, and also how the players, I mean, they combine them with like some nice typography. That's something I'll definitely be trying. So let's go to Photoshop. Alright guys, so we're back in Photoshop and it's time to actually start designing. So I'm actually using Photoshop CC version 2018. So you might be using a later version, earlier version. It's still the basic steps of creating a new file. Click on File, New, and since we're creating a poster, I would like you guys to use the A3 format. So go to Print, click on the A3 preset, and all settings are fine. 300 pixel resolution, that's beautiful. And yeah, click on Create and let's get started. Alright, so the first thing we'll create is a gradient for the background. So click on the adjustment layer icon, go to gradient. So click on the bar, and I already had mine saved, but to create yours, just click on the gradient bar, and at the two edges, the boxes at the bottom, change the color at the left to A50307. That's the hex code for the red. And for the right side, the black, it's just pure black, so that's 06 times 0000000, and press OK. And there you have your gradient. Change it to radial so we can have darker edges, then increase the scale so the darkness isn't too concentrated. So you can see now we have a nice smooth gradient for the background of the poster. So next I'm adding in my noise filter just to give that the background this kind of slightly rough texture. So just drag it in, reposition it, resize it to fit to your canvas size, and dragging from the edge, holding shift and alt, and pressing enter. That just puts that in place. Set the blending mode to overlay and give it an opacity of about 40%, and you just have that on your background. Next, we're adding the stripes right now to the background, and you can just see how the posters we saw earlier is kind of influencing what we're working on. So this was majorly from the Salah poster. So adding those two stripes to the background, just using your shape tool or pressing U and drawing two rectangles. So next you drag in your subject. For me, I'm using Cristiano Ronaldo in his Manchester United jersey. So I need to select him out first. So you can do that using the quick selection tool, that's W, or you can use the select subject command. That will make things really easier. So for this video, I'm using the quick selection tool. So I'll be selecting him right now, and let's go. Just a rule of thumb, usually when I'm done selecting a subject from a background, I like to duplicate that layer and then rasterize it. So just in case I need, maybe some parts were missing, I can still get the original copy while I have the one I'm working with, which is on top. So you can see the one still with the mask is hidden while the rasterized layer is on top. Just my personal choice for working most times in Photoshop. Next, you want to create a new layer. So click on the new layer icon to the left of the trash icon, and select your simple brush. Make sure your hardness is very low. You can put it on 0%. We just want to create a nice halo effect behind Ronaldo. So you can see the layers behind him. Just tap on the artboard, and you can just adjust the halo to however you like. Just make it a little subtle so it's not too visible, but it's meant to have an effect. Yes, I think I'll just adjust mine a little more. You can do this with Ctrl T on Windows or Command T on Mac, just to adjust the halo a bit. Okay, so next, you can just press T to go to your type tool and just click on your artboard and just type in Ronaldo. So this is where we start to work on the type for the poster. And the font is Beba Snow. Beba Snow. I will add it in the description as well. So just ensuring the text is at the center so there's proper balance, and pulling it down a bit, just making sure everything's well shaped. Now for some text effects, just duplicate the Ronaldo layer by pressing Ctrl or Command J. The layer above, reduce the fill to 0 and go to blending options and apply a stroke, and align your stroke to the inside. Let it have the color of white. Use a stroke size of about 5. So if we turn off the text underneath, you can see the stroke is there. Next off, hold Ctrl and click on the Ronaldo layer to select it. Then go to the text layer just above the Ronaldo and click on the layer mask. That's going to create this effect. So you can see all the parts where he is not is maxed out, while the parts where he is, then the text shows. So it's kind of looking weird, so I decided to fill in the ONALD, all those parts. Just on your layer mask, select your brush and just fill them in with white. Make sure your hardness is on 100 so it fills completely. So you can see the effects are just on the R and the O, while all the other letters are complete. I decided to adjust the stroke a little bit because it was looking a bit faint. So just increase yours till it's fine. So this part it's pretty easy. We'll just be completing the other parts of his name. So next up, just draw a simple rectangle with your shape tool and give it a nice gray color. Then put in the text Cristiano, and that will be at the top left, while at the bottom right will be Dos Santos Aveiro. So let's just quickly do that. Yeah, so once in a while I like to group my layers just to keep everything nice and tidy. And next off, I drag in my other Ronaldo subject which I'll be using for the background images. So I'll just select this out now quickly, and you can do that the same process as using the quick selection tool or the select subject. Then next off, I'll be sending that to the back. You can use the control or command and the left square bracket to just take it behind until it's behind the double stripe. Yeah, so next we just want to add a gradient map. So the bright color of your gradient map will just match the bright color of your subject, and the dark colors will match the dark parts of your subject. So we're just doing that to make the subject blend into the background properly, and you can see how it's looking is not contrasting too much with the main focus of the poster. So just position that in properly. You can use your transform command Control T to just put it in place. Then next off, you can just add the gradient so the subject just blends into the background. So we don't want to see his shots just cut like that abruptly. So you can just use a simple gradient to just blend that. So on your mask, just press G for the gradient tool, then drag upwards to just erase that bottom part out. So it's kind of like a smooth gradient, as you can see right here. You can equally use your brush to make sure your hardness is very low to just erase those bottom parts that might be a bit difficult. Also, we don't want the gradient map affecting everything, so make sure to use a clipping mask so it just masks to only the Ronaldo in the background. I'll just retouch mine for some slight minor adjustments. So next up we'll be adding the final background subject for Ronaldo, and we'll just be selecting it out using the same method. You could use quick selection tool or use the select subject. So let's do that right now. And so just send it to the back and add another gradient map like we did for the previous background subject. Remember to use a clipping mask so it just clips to that particular subject. Then next off, you can use your gradient tool on the layer mask or your brush tool to just erase the bottom so the subject just blends into the dark red background. And right now we're kind of towards the end of the poster, so we just want to add some effects with using the grunge brushes. So I've also added the link to this in the description below so you can download this brush. So basically, just set your blending options to overlay, probably about 60-70%, and just tap around the edges of the poster randomly just to give it this kind of more energetic, sporty kind of effect. So this is kind of at your own aesthetic, at your own discretion. Just tap it randomly. Let's try to select from the range of brushes so it doesn't look too repeated. You could also create another layer below so the um, all the brush tabs are not over all the images. So you could play around that as well. Just making everything random so it just kind of complements the whole idea of the poster. And just a couple of finishing touches, and this is our final result.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching right till the end. I hope you learned something, and I really know your posters are really going to be great. I'd love for you guys to try this out and just send it to me right here on YouTube, or you can reach me on Instagram at aspidi, that's AZPIDI. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a great day. Stay creative.